Today we are learning parallel lines and transversal, one of the most important topics in geometry. Now in this lesson, I will show you the easiest way to identify corresponding angles, alternate angles, exterior angles of a triangle, and then I will talk about straight angles. So please pay attention to this video, click on the subscribe button, follow, like and share. Let's take this video to the next level. All right, so the problem here is find angle ONU, and so you need to identify ONU. ONU. So that's this angle here, this small angle here. How do we find this angle here? This is an arrow. There's an arrow here to show that line MO is parallel to line QS. So we have a pair of parallel lines. And when you consider this, consider the entire line UPT. That's a straight line. UPT is a straight line. Now, this straight line UPT will be called a transversal. It's a transversal. A line that cuts across two or more lines is called a transversal. So angles are formed around that line. An angle is formed here, an angle is formed here, an angle is formed here. Angles are formed around that. So, but my focus is to find the blue arc, and I also want to call your attention to this angle here. Look at this angle here. Angle PRS, if you call it that way. So look at that angle. Tell me what you notice between this angle here and this angle here. There is something common. Not supposed to be anyway. Oh God. That's what I'm supposed to check. That I did not check. So let's go. Today we are learning parallel lines and transversals, one of the most important topics in geometry. Now in this lesson, I will focus on identifying corresponding angles, alternate angles, exterior angles of a triangle, and straight angle. So I'm going to call your attention to all of this in this problem. So click on the subscribe button, follow this page, like and share. Let's take this page to the next level. The problem here is finding angle ONU. So we need to identify angle ONU. ONU. So this is angle ONU. That's the first thing to do, is you identify the problem. In this problem, there's an arrow here and there's an arrow here that shows that line MNO is parallel to line QRS. It's a straight line. This line and this line, they're parallel to each other. So let's have that established. Also, this is this line UPRT is a straight line. I'm sure we can see that line. It's a straight line. And when a line cuts across two or more lines, we call that line a transversal. I hope you still remember that. So that's a transversal. Alright. So angles are formed around the transversal. Angles are formed between the parallel lines and that transversal. You have all of the angles there. But we have a target. Our target is to find angle ONU. So that's going to be our focus. This blue arc here is our target. All right, let me call your attention to something. This angle here and this angle that we're looking for, they are related somehow. They are related because they are angles. Yes, they are related because they are corresponding angles. They are corresponding angles. Corresponding angles usually fulfill the same condition. For instance, Let's say I have a straight line, I have another straight line, and the two lines are parallel to each other, and so I have this as a transversal. This angle formed here, I want to say that this is my right hand side, and this angle is formed above the parallel line. So this angle here and this angle here, this is also on the right hand side and it is above the parallel line. These two angles are equal to each other. Why? Because they fulfill the same conditions. We call them corresponding angles because they fulfill the same conditions. Right hand side above, right hand side above. They are both angles between the transversal and the parallel line. Similarly, this angle here below right hand side and this angle here below right hand side, they are equal to each other. And the reason is corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. So please take note of that. Now, we're going to bring that here into this problem. This is what we are looking for. Let me call that angle, let me call it A degrees, for instance. I said let angle ONU be equals to A degrees. That's what we are looking for. And then I want to call this angle B degrees. Can you see that? All right. So the first thing I want to establish here is that A degrees and B degrees, they are equal to each other. And the reason is corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. Please, if you have not clicked the subscribe button, please do that now. So B and A, they are related, and that's corresponding angles. All right, so let's keep looking at this. This is like playing a game. You're trying to solve a puzzle. Now pay attention to this angle too. This angle over here. Now let me call that angle C so that it's easy for us to describe. I would say that C is equals to 35 degrees. Why? They're vertically opposite angles. You must have heard of that before. Vertically opposite angles. Opposite angles. Now, vertically opposite angles, they are angles formed between two intersecting straight lines. That is, you have a line, you have another line this way. Now the angle in between the two lines, the opposite angles in between the two lines are equal to each other. The opposite angles in between the two lines are equal to each other. So in this case, I have my C to be 35 degrees and my reason is vertically opposite angles. I hope that is clear. Okay, so now let's continue. Remember I said that B is equals to A corresponding angles. So if I have the value of B, that means I've found the value of A. I hope that is clear. All right. So consider triangle PQR. Triangle PQR. Triangle PQR. Please consider that triangle. Angle B will serve as an exterior angle. I've talked about exterior angles in one of my previous teachings. So I'm going to talk about it again now. So this is that triangle. Let's assume this is a triangle. Now, an exterior angle is formed when a side of the triangle is extended further. So this is called an exterior angle. And my B is an exterior angle to triangle PQR. So the implication is the exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the interior opposite angles. So if I call this A, B, and C, then my exterior angle here will be equal to A plus B. Exterior angle of a triangle. So I'm going to apply that here now. So let's apply this. Okay. Let's apply this here. All right. So I say B is equals to 50 degrees plus C. Remember I said C is 35, so I'm going to substitute that shortly. And my reason is exterior angle of a triangle. Now there may be other ways to find angle ONU. Mark my word, there may be other ways. All right, so just pay attention. So B equals to 50 plus I got my 50 and C is 35. So 50 plus 35 is 85 degrees. So B is 85 degrees. And I've said that B is equals to A. So therefore, A equals to 85 degrees, which is the same thing as angle ONU. ONU, 85 degrees. I hope that is clear to you.